Your attitude is the paintbrush of your mind. Choose vibrant colors. Think about that for a second. You see, every single thought you allow into your mind, every belief you carry around, they're like colors. And the way you blend them, it's creating the masterpiece of your life. Each thought, yes, each and every thought is a brushstroke leaving its mark, either brightening your world or dulling it. Imagine right now that your mind is a canvas, and every experience, every moment you live, every person you interact with is an opportunity to pick up a brush. How are you painting your life? Are you filling it with vibrant strokes of hope, curiosity, passion, and love? Or are you layering it with shadows of doubt, fear, and resentment? The choice of colors, it's yours. But remember, the world doesn't change its colors until you change your mind. Let's talk about this choice. Because honestly, it's radical to say, I choose my thoughts. We don't often think about it. It's easy to believe that thoughts just happen to us like the weather. But here's the truth, you are the thinker of your thoughts. You have the power to choose which colors you add to your world. You can step into each day and decide, today I'm going to paint my life with courage. Today I'm picking joy over judgment. Today I'm letting go of the grays of resentment and filling my world with the light of forgiveness. Now here's a little exercise. The next time a negative thought pops up, imagine it as a gray brushstroke on your canvas. And then visualize yourself in that moment, wiping it away and painting over it with something brighter. It sounds simple, but this act alone, it's transformative, because as you begin to replace those gray strokes with color, something incredible happens. Your whole reality shifts. You see, the thoughts you hold, whether they're bright and empowering or dark and limiting, they all become the filter through which you experience life. And life itself, at its core, is neutral. It reflects back what we project onto it. Ever notice how, when you wake up in a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong? You stub your toe, spill your coffee, get stuck in traffic. It feels like the universe is conspiring against you, right? But in reality, it's the lens you're wearing that day, the one painted with frustration, impatience, or worry, that's shaping your experience. So here's a little secret. When you change the brushstrokes, you change the picture of your life. And when you change your picture, you start to see possibilities instead of problems, opportunities instead of obstacles, and miracles in place of messes. Let me tell you a story. Imagine a woman who's faced a lot of hardships. She's lost a job, maybe a relationship ended, and her health has seen better days. She could look at her life and say, why me? This is all so unfair. And guess what? She'd be right. Life would seem unfair, and that gray filter would just keep spreading. Or she could pick up that paintbrush of her mind and start choosing new colors. She could say, you know what, this is a challenge, but I'm going to grow from this. I'm going to turn these obstacles into opportunities. Suddenly, she's taking that canvas and layering it with vibrant colors of resilience, gratitude, and strength. And what happens next? That shift in perspective starts to change everything around her. People notice her energy, her drive, her optimism. Doors begin to open. Because you see, when you paint your life with the colors of courage, joy, and compassion, the world can't help but reflect it back to you. You become a magnet for all that resonates with the colors you've chosen. When you wake up tomorrow, instead of immediately going to the worries, the things you have to do, or the stresses, try this. Think of one thing that brings you peace. Maybe it's the sound of rain, the laughter of a loved one, or a beautiful memory. Let that thought be the first brushstroke on your canvas each morning. Feel how it colors your day. Little by little, you'll begin to notice something magical happening. Life starts to feel lighter. Challenges don't feel as heavy. And here's why, because when you start choosing vibrant colors, your inner landscape changes. And when your inner landscape changes, the outer world follows. Remember this, your attitude isn't something that happens to you. It's not some preset way of being. It's an ongoing conscious choice. Just like a painter chooses colors, you choose your attitude. And in doing so, you hold the power to paint the life you desire. Here's a thought for you. Imagine that your future self 5 years from now could look back at you today. What colors would they want you to choose? Imagine the possibilities if you filled your world with the hues of possibility, strength, and joy. Imagine the vibrancy, the beauty, the life that could be yours. So today, start with a single stroke, just one. You can't always control what happens, but you can control what you become. Let that sink in. Life in all its unpredictable, chaotic, and beautiful ways will bring you storms, but it's your attitude that will determine if you sink or if you sail. Life doesn't ask, are you ready for this? It just happens. Unexpected events, sudden challenges, things that seem completely out of our control, they're all part of this journey. And here's where the magic lies: we don't have control over the storms. But we absolutely have control over what those storms make of us. Imagine this: a sailor out on the open sea. They can't change the wind, they can't calm the waves, but they can adjust the sails, they can navigate, they can choose how to face the storm. That's you. Life will toss you around, sometimes without warning. But it's not the storm that defines you, it's how you choose to steer yourself through it. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who seems unshaken no matter what's going on? Someone who's been through challenges you couldn't even imagine, yet they radiate peace, resilience, even joy. That doesn't happen by accident. That's someone who's learned that while they can't control every twist and turn of life, they can absolutely decide what those experiences will mean to them. Let's dive into this a little deeper. When something unexpected hits you, a loss, a setback, a disappointment, your mind is faced with a choice. It can dwell in fear, anger, resentment, or it can reach for something higher. You see, every challenge is really an invitation to become more than you were before. Here's an example. Imagine you lose a job you were depending on. Now, you could let that loss define you. You could take it as a sign that you're not good enough, that success just isn't for you. Or you could choose to see it differently. You could decide that this is the universe redirecting you, nudging you towards something better, something more aligned with who you truly are. You might not have chosen the job loss, but you can absolutely choose what it's going to make of you. And you don't have to just take my word for it. Look at some of the most resilient people in history. People who faced incredible adversity yet used it to fuel their growth. Think of Nelson Mandela, years spent in prison for his beliefs. A reality most of us can hardly imagine. Yet, instead of allowing that imprisonment to harden his heart or fill him with hatred, he chose forgiveness. He chose to use that experience to become an even stronger advocate for peace and unity. He didn't have control over the walls that confined him, but he did have control over the meaning he gave to his life. So here's the question I want you to ask yourself: what am I becoming? Because every experience, every challenge, every little setback is shaping you. And the beauty of it is that you get to choose how it shapes you. You get to decide if the storms in your life will make you bitter or make you better. You get to decide if you'll let your circumstances harden your heart or if you'll use them to cultivate compassion, empathy, and strength. Now think about the small moments too. It doesn't have to be a life-changing event to transform you. Everyday frustrations are opportunities. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can let that annoyance fill you with impatience and ruin your day. Or you can choose to see it as a moment to breathe, to reflect, to find patience. Each time you make that choice, you're strengthening a muscle in your mind, the muscle that says, I may not control what happens, but I do control what happens, but I do control what I allow it to make of me. Here's a little practice for you. The next time you feel life pushing you around, ask yourself this: who do I want to be in this moment? Not just what should I do, but who do I want to become through this experience? It might sound simple, but this question has the power to shift everything. Remember, you are not a passive participant in this life. You are not merely the result of what happens to you. You are a creator. You are the one who chooses what you become in response to everything that comes your way. The great illusion is that life is happening to you, but here's the truth: life is happening for you, to grow you, to shape you, to help you become exactly who you are meant to be. It's a choice, moment by moment. And yes, some moments are harder than others. Some storms will feel overwhelming, but remember, resilience isn't built in calm waters. You're strengthened by the very things you think are here to break you. Imagine right now you're holding a compass, and this compass doesn't point north or south or east or west. This compass points to joy. It's attuned to one thing, and one thing only: a good attitude. It's an instrument that guides you through life, keeping you on a course that doesn't get derailed by storms or detours. Now, here's the thing. What if I told you that a good attitude isn't just a direction? It's the fuel that gets you to where you want to go. With a good attitude, you're unstoppable. You're moving forward no matter what lies in the road ahead. See, so many people live their lives at the mercy of circumstance. But here's the truth: a good attitude isn't just something you fall into. It's something you choose day after day, moment after moment. And when you choose it, when you really choose it, doors open. Obstacles transform. Paths you never even dreamed of reveal themselves. So let me ask you, what would happen if you committed to letting positivity steer you? Not just when things are easy, not just when the sun is shining, but always. What if you made the decision right here, right now, that no matter what life threw at you, you'd keep your compass set on joy? Imagine it. Really imagine it. Let's talk about the power of this choice. Every single day, life will throw challenges your way, and every single day, you'll have the opportunity to choose your attitude. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. You could let it ruin your mood, spend the rest of your day fuming, or you could laugh it off, let it go, and stay on the course toward joy. It's simple, yes, but it's also profound, because every time you make that choice, you're strengthening your compass. You're building an unbreakable inner guidance system that'll keep you moving forward no matter what. Now, a good attitude doesn't mean pretending that life is perfect. It's not about glossing over the hard parts or ignoring pain and challenges. No, a good attitude is about acknowledging those things, facing them, and choosing to rise above them. Imagine being able to look at every challenge and say, this won't define me. This is just one step on my journey, one wave I'll ride on my way to joy. Here's a story for you. Think about a hiker trekking up a mountain. Sometimes the path is smooth and clear, and sometimes it's filled with rocks and roots, steep slopes and unexpected turns. But the hiker keeps going. Why? Because they know that the view at the top is worth it. They have their compass, their purpose, and they keep putting one foot in front of the other. The obstacles, they're just part of the journey. And it's that unshakable attitude that keeps them moving step after step toward the summit. Life is a lot like that. The world around you is constantly changing, throwing new things at you, things you didn't see coming. And that's okay. A good attitude is your way of saying, I may not control what happens, but I do control how I respond. You're declaring that no matter the circumstances, you'll keep your compass set toward joy. You're choosing to let that positivity be your guide. Think about this. The moment you decide that a good attitude is your compass, you stop letting others steer your ship. No one else gets to control how you feel. Not the boss who's in a bad mood, not the friend who's late, not the driver who cut you off. You're the captain now. You're the one holding the compass, and your course is clear. Now, this doesn't mean you won't face difficult days. Of course you will, everyone does. But a good attitude is the ability to look those difficult days in the eye and say, you're not going to throw me off course. You're part of my journey, but you're not my destination. That's the power of attitude. It's a declaration to yourself and to the world that no matter what happens, you're still moving forward, still growing, still thriving. So how do you get there? How do you cultivate this unbreakable compass? Start with gratitude. Yes, gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, instead of reaching for your phone or jumping into your to-do list, take a moment to think of one thing you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything big. Maybe it's the sound of birds outside your window or the warmth of your bed. When you start with gratitude, you're setting your compass for the day. You're saying, today I'm going to focus on the good. Today I'm going to let joy be my guide. And here's a little secret: as you begin to cultivate this gratitude, as you begin to set your compass every morning, you'll notice that more and more good things start to flow your way. It's not magic, it's alignment. When you're tuned into joy, when your compass is set on positivity, you begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that match that frequency. Another key: be willing to let go of control. A good attitude isn't about forcing things to go your way. It's about trusting that even when things seem tough, you're exactly where you're meant to be. So often we get frustrated, anxious, and stressed because we want life to look a certain way. But when you let go, when you surrender to the journey, that's when you allow life to surprise you. Trust your compass. Trust that the direction you're going is the right one, even if the path isn't always clear. Here's a practical tool to help keep your attitude aligned whenever you face a challenge. Ask yourself, how can I grow from this? Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger, wiser, more compassionate? That single shift in perspective is like recalibrating your compass. Instead of feeling defeated or discouraged, you start to feel empowered, energized, and inspired. And remember, you're allowed to start over. If you slip up, if you have a moment of frustration, it's okay. Every moment is a new beginning, a new chance to set your compass. Don't hold on to yesterday's setbacks. Instead, focus on today's opportunities. Just imagine right now that you're wiping the slate clean, letting go of anything that's weighing you down, and setting a fresh course toward joy. Let me share one final thought. Imagine looking back on your life many years from now. Picture the paths you've taken, the moments that mattered most. Wouldn't you want to know that you lived with courage, with gratitude, with joy? That you let a good attitude be your compass every step of the way? Each challenge in your life, each bump in the road is an invitation to grow. An invitation, not an obstacle. Think about that for a moment. Life is not placing hurdles in front of you to keep you from moving forward. No, these are invitations, open doors, asking you to come in, to learn, to expand, to discover something new about yourself. See, the way you view these challenges is what will shape your path forward. Imagine you're standing before a mountain. You can either look at it as an immovable barrier, something to hold you back, or you can see it as an opportunity to reach new heights, to gain a fresh perspective at the top. The mountain doesn't care how you see it, it's just there, neutral. But how you see it, that will define whether you rise above or stay grounded. Let me share something I often remind myself of every time we come across a challenge. It's the universe tapping us on the shoulder saying, wake up. There's something here for you, and it's your job, your responsibility, to pay attention, to look deeper, to step into that invitation. Think about it. How many times have you faced something that felt like the end of the world, only to look back and realize it was the beginning of a whole new chapter? The end of a relationship that led you to discover your own strength. The loss of a job that pushed you into a passion you never knew existed. The truth is, these challenges were never there to break you. They were there to awaken you, to draw out parts of you that might have stayed hidden in a life of comfort. So here's a small hook for you. What if you decided from this moment on to welcome every challenge as an invitation? To say, this is here for me. This is here to help me grow. Because the moment you adopt that perspective, that's when you begin to rise above. Take a look at nature. Ever notice how trees bend with the wind, how they adapt to storms, how they don't resist the rain or the sun? No matter how harsh, they grow through it. They don't sit there and ask, why is this storm happening to me? No, they just absorb it, use it, and grow stronger. And that's exactly what life is asking you to do with every challenge. Life is saying, here's the rain, here's the wind, use it. Don't shrink back, let it nourish you. So let's make this practical. Next time you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? Maybe it's patience, maybe it's resilience, maybe it's the art of letting go. Or maybe it's showing you just how strong you truly are. Because here's the secret, each challenge is a mirror reflecting back to you the parts of yourself you've been ignoring, the parts that need strengthening, healing, or even celebrating. I want you to imagine yourself standing before a challenge right now. It could be anything, a difficult person, a job you feel stuck in, a health issue, anything. Now, I want you to close your eyes and just ask, what is this here to teach me? What if instead of seeing it as a wall, you saw it as a doorway? A doorway to a new version of yourself, a stronger, wiser, more compassionate you. This is the mindset of a warrior, someone who understands that every experience is here to elevate them, not to diminish them. And let me tell you, this isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. When you see challenges as growth opportunities, they stop feeling heavy. They start to feel like stepping stones, little moments in life where you're polishing the diamond that is you. You're not here to live a life without storms. You're here to learn how to dance in the rain, to laugh even when things are tough, and to say, I may not have control over what happens to me, but I always have control over how I respond. Here's another thought. When you start to see challenges as invitations, something incredible happens. You begin to attract new opportunities, new people, new experiences into your life. Because the energy you're radiating is one of openness, of resilience, of growth. People are drawn to that. Doors open. Why? Because when you're in alignment with life's flow, when you embrace each challenge as a part of your journey, life meets you there. It meets you at that vibration and reflects back the energy you're putting out. Here's a real challenge for you next time you feel like saying, why me? I want you to try something different. Ask, what's in this for me? It's a small shift, but it's powerful. That question changes everything. It changes your energy, your focus, your entire approach to life. Suddenly, instead of feeling like a victim, you're empowered. You're in the driver's seat, deciding to learn, to grow, to see the gift in each experience. And remember, growth isn't always comfortable. Often it feels like discomfort, uncertainty, even pain. But that's because you're stretching, expanding, pushing the limits of who you thought you were. Every great person you admire has faced challenges, but they didn't see those challenges as barriers, they saw them as teachers. And they became great not in spite of those challenges, but because of them. So let me ask you this, if the challenges you face today could make you into the person you admire, would you welcome them? Would you welcome them? Would you lean into them, knowing they are molding you, refining you? Because the truth is, the challenges you're facing are only as big as the fear you hold towards them. When you lean in, when you embrace them, they lose their power over you. Life is here to shape you, to mold you, to grow you. It's not here to hold you back. And the moment you decide to see each challenge as an invitation, that's when life begins to flow. That's when every experience becomes a gift, a stepping stone, a chapter in your unique, beautiful story. Shift your attitude and the whole world shifts with you. What a beautiful idea to let sink in. Imagine it really. You take even one small step toward positivity and the whole universe takes a step to meet you. You let go of fear and suddenly the world around you starts to feel a little lighter. You release anger and watch as others begin to approach you with softness. It's a powerful truth. The energy you put out is the energy that finds its way back to you. Think about that for a moment. So many of us go through life feeling like things happen to us. But what if I told you that the way life unfolds has a direct relationship with the way you choose to see it? Every day you're making a choice whether or not you're aware of it. You're choosing how to react, what to focus on, what energy to bring to each moment. And that choice, it's the foundation on which your reality is built. Imagine this: you wake up one morning and instead of rolling out of bed with that sense of same old, you take a deep breath and choose a different feeling. You choose in that quiet moment to bring a new energy to your day. Just by making that choice, you've set a whole new chain of events in motion. When you walk out the door, the world is suddenly full of possibilities you couldn't see before. That person in line at the coffee shop, maybe they have something to teach you. That coworker who's always a little on edge. Maybe today they respond to your smile with one of their own. You've changed the color of your day, you've shifted your lens, and the whole world has shifted with you. Now, I know what you're thinking, it can't be that simple, but it is. When you make a conscious choice to see the best in a situation, the best starts to show up. And when you choose to focus on what's wrong, what's difficult, what's draining, guess what? Those things get amplified. Let me tell you a story about a friend of mine. For years, he walked around with what I'd call a cloudy lens. He saw life as a series of obstacles, things that were just waiting to trip him up. Every little inconvenience was a confirmation of his belief that life was out to get him. And guess what? It was. At least that's how it seemed. He was always getting cut off in traffic. People weren't friendly to him. Work felt like a burden. But one day, after a conversation we had about the power of attitude, he decided to make a shift. He didn't change everything overnight. He just chose to start his day with a simple thought: today I'm open to seeing things differently. And that was all it took to crack open a new world for him. Suddenly, the little things didn't bother him as much. He found that when he approached people with kindness, they responded in kind. Opportunities started to pop up at work. It was as if his life had transformed, but all he had done was shift his attitude. He went from seeing obstacles to seeing opportunities. He went from expecting the worst to expecting something good. And life rose up to meet his new expectations. See, here's what's truly amazing about all this: when you choose a positive mindset, you start to radiate a different energy, an energy. It's contagious. When you're filled with joy, people can feel it. When you're grateful, others are drawn to that sense of peace within you. When you live from a place of possibility, those around you begin to believe in possibility too. So ask yourself right now, in this moment, what energy are you putting out? What are you telling the universe you're ready for? Because every thought, every feeling, every reaction, it's like sending out a signal. And the universe, it's listening, it's picking up on that signal and responding to it, sending back people, situations, and opportunities that match your energy. Let's try an experiment together. Close your eyes right where you are. Take a deep breath and think of something that brings you true, genuine joy. Picture it, hold it, let that feeling of joy expand in your mind and body. Now take that feeling and imagine it flowing out from you like ripples in a pond. Feel it reaching out, touching everyone and everything in your life. Feel how light you become, how alive. This is the energy you can choose to carry with you every day. This is the shift that can change everything. It's like tuning a radio. When you're on a certain frequency, that's what you hear, that's what you experience. And the beauty is, you have the power to turn the dial. You're not stuck on one station. You can choose to tune in to joy, to love, to peace, anytime you want. Now, here's a powerful truth I want you to hold on to. The world isn't as it is, it's as you are. If you're filled with gratitude, you'll find things to be grateful for. If you're looking for beauty, you'll see it everywhere. But if you're holding on to resentment, if you're carrying around fear, if you're weighed down by worry, those are the things you'll see reflected back to you. The world is like a mirror reflecting back what's inside of you. When you make that internal shift to positivity, the mirror has no choice but to show you a brighter world. This is why attitude is everything. It's the lens through which we experience life. And the best part, you get to choose that lens. Imagine that every day you wake up with a choice. You can see the world through the lens of love or fear, through the lens of possibility or limitation, through the lens of abundance or scarcity. And whichever lens you choose, life will reflect back to you. So why not choose love? Why not choose joy? Why not look at your life and see everything that's going right? Why not focus on the people who support you, the opportunities that excite you, the small moments that bring you peace? When you shift your attitude, you're not just changing your day, you're creating a ripple effect that impacts everyone around you. Think about that. You have the power just by shifting your perspective to bring more light into the world, to uplift the people you meet, to inspire your friends, to create a space of love and peace in a world that so often feels chaotic. Take this with you today. Every time you choose a positive thought, you're choosing a positive life. Every time you focus on the good, you're inviting more of it into your experience. Every time you release anger, you're making room for peace. And every time you let go of fear, you're opening yourself up to love. This isn't just about feeling good. It's about creating a world, a reality that matches the life you want to live. It's about knowing that you have the power within you to shape your experience of the world. So pick that good attitude. Hold on to it. And watch as the world shifts to meet you with joy, with light, and with endless possibilities. Attitude isn't just how you feel, it's what you radiate to the world. When you walk into a room, you're like a lighthouse casting a glow. The question is, what light are you casting? Are you shining with gratitude, with openness, with joy, or are you dimmed by worry, impatience, or bitterness? You see, your attitude is like a tuning fork. Whatever you put out is resonating into the world. And here's the incredible part, everything around you begins to respond in harmony with that note. Take gratitude, for example. When you carry a spirit of gratitude, you're not just saying, I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that. No, it's much deeper than that. It's a way of living, a way of moving through the world with a sense of abundance, of appreciation, of openness to life itself. And when you carry that energy, suddenly the world seems to mirror back. You start to see blessings where others might see problems. You start to notice the small, beautiful moments, the things that are usually taken for granted. Let me share something with you. Gratitude is like planting seeds. When you're grateful, it's like you're planting seeds of joy, peace, and abundance. And when you plant those seeds, what happens? Life grows around you. Opportunities bloom, connections deepen, moments of peace become more frequent. Now think about this. Have you ever met someone who seems to carry this magnetic presence? They walk into the room and they don't have to say a word yet. You feel it. You feel their calm, their joy, their kindness. That's because they're radiating it. They become it. They're not walking around with a sense of entitlement or frustration. They're carrying a presence that says, I'm thankful to be here. I'm open to what life has to offer. This attitude is like a silent force. It pulls good things toward you and it pushes negativity away. Imagine if every day you woke up with that sense of gratitude already within you. Not because of anything external, not because things are perfect, but because you choose it. You choose to start the day saying, thank you for the air in my lungs. Thank you for this body that carries me. Thank you for this mind that allows me to grow, to learn. Now here's the secret, the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Gratitude isn't something you just feel once and forget about. It's like a muscle. You train it. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you start to notice reasons to be grateful. And let me tell you, life will give you plenty to feel grateful for if you're tuned to the right frequency. Try it out. Tomorrow morning, before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of your bed, the quiet of the morning, or even the potential of a new day. Then hold on to that feeling as you move through the day. It's like putting on a pair of glasses that let you see life differently. You're choosing to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. Because here's the truth, life is going to throw challenges at you. We all have those moments, those times when everything seems to go sideways. But when your attitude is anchored in gratitude, it doesn't matter what storms come your way. Gratitude is like the calm at the center of the storm. It's your safe place, your refuge. And this isn't just about feeling better, it's about attracting better. When you radiate a positive attitude, when you carry gratitude with you, it's like sending out a signal. And people, situations, and opportunities that resonate with that signal will naturally gravitate toward you. Think about it. Have you ever had a conversation with someone who was genuinely kind, genuinely open and grateful? It's refreshing, isn't it? You find yourself wanting to spend more time with them. They make you feel good. They make you feel seen, valued. Now flip it around. Imagine being that person. Imagine radiating that same energy, that same gratitude everywhere you go. That's the power of your attitude. It's not just how you feel inside, it's how you impact the world around you. So how do you build this attitude? Start by noticing the small things, the smell of fresh coffee, the sound of laughter, the beauty of a sunset, and don't just rush past them. Take a moment to soak them in. That's gratitude in action. It's telling the universe, I see what you're giving me, and I'm thankful for it. And when you practice this, something extraordinary happens. Life starts to feel like a gift. Even on the difficult days, you find yourself saying, yes, this is hard, but I'm grateful for the strength to face it. I'm grateful for the lessons I'm learning. You're no longer reacting to life, you're embracing it. I'll leave you with this thought. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you see it. Carry a spirit of gratitude and watch as the world gives you even more reasons to be grateful.